This is truly incredible. A WNBA legend recently pulled Caitlin Clark aside for a private conversation that completely reshaped how she views her career and future. What this icon shared with Caitlin was powerful and deeply meaningful, making the moment unforgettable. It all took place during a WNBA gathering where current players and legendary figures were present. Caitlin attended as a representative of the Indiana Fever, surrounded by Hall of Famers and some of the greatest players in the game's history. The legend who approached her was Lisa Leslie, one of the most influential figures in women's basketball, known for her remarkable achievements and lasting impact on the sport. According to those who observed the interaction, Lisa approached Caitlin during a break and asked if they could speak privately for a few moments. Caitlin, both honored and slightly nervous, agreed right away. They moved to a quieter space where they could talk without distractions, and the conversation that followed has already begun to shape Caitlin's mindset. Lisa started by telling Caitlin that she sees a reflection of her younger self in her, the talent, confidence, dominance, and star power that goes beyond basketball. She explained that watching Caitlin reminds her of her own early days in the league. However, the tone soon became more serious as Lisa shared lessons she wished someone had told her earlier in her career, hoping Caitlin could avoid similar mistakes. Lisa emphasized that the pressure and scrutiny Caitlin faces will not disappear but will only grow stronger over time. She advised her to develop mental and emotional strength early on to manage that pressure effectively. Reflecting on her own experience, Lisa spoke about the immense expectations she carried and how overwhelming it sometimes felt. She reassured Caitlin that it's normal to struggle, to feel uncertain, and to become overwhelmed at times. What truly matters, she explained, is having a strong support system and being honest about those challenges instead of hiding them. She then shared a perspective that deeply resonated with Caitlin, explaining that much of the criticism and negativity directed at her often comes from others projecting their own insecurities. Lisa recalled her own struggles with public criticism and unfair judgment, describing how difficult it was to deal with harsh opinions from people who didn't truly know her. Over time, she learned that those voices do not define who you are. The only opinions that truly matter are from the people who genuinely care, support, and understand you, while everything else is simply noise. She encouraged Caitlin to ignore social media negativity and focus on what truly matters in her life and career. Conversation also turned to the responsibility that comes with being a leading figure in women's basketball. Lisa explained that whether Caitlin intended it or not, she holds a powerful platform that can inspire others. Young girls around the world look up to her, see themselves in her success, and feel motivated to dream bigger. While this influence is meaningful, it can also feel like a heavy responsibility. Lisa admitted that she once struggled with feelings of guilt over her own opportunities, especially when others didn't receive the same recognition. Eventually, she realized that instead of feeling guilty, she could use her position to uplift others. She encouraged Caitlin to stay authentic, support fellow players, and continue advocating for fairness, better conditions, and greater recognition within the league. Finally, Lisa shared advice that reportedly moved Caitlin emotionally. She told her that prioritizing mental health and personal happiness is just as important as success in basketball. The game will always be there, but life and well-being must come first. Drawing from her own past, Lisa spoke about times when she ignored her health and pushed herself too hard, leading to consequences that lasted long after her career ended. She urged Caitlin not to repeat those mistakes. If she needs rest, space, or boundaries, she should take them without hesitation, because taking care of herself is essential for both her career and her life. Health always comes first, and this message carried special meaning for Caitlin Clark considering everything she has been facing: injuries, mental strain, and constant pressure. Hearing such reassurance from a legend made the importance of self-care even more powerful. Lisa Leslie also spoke about relationships, stressing the value of having people who see you as a human being rather than just an athlete. She mentioned that Connor appears to be a sincere and supportive partner, and having that kind of connection is truly priceless. Lisa reflected on her own career, explaining how she often struggled with relationships because many people focused more on her public identity than her true self. She emphasized that being loved for who you are, not for what you achieve, is something rare and meaningful. Lisa then shared practical advice about managing a professional career. She encouraged Caitlin to be financially wise, make smart investments, and build long-term stability beyond basketball, especially since a WNBA career can be relatively short. She reminded her again not to ignore her well-being, whether it means taking time off for mental health, recovering fully from injuries, or setting clear boundaries with media and fans. For Caitlin, this guidance felt especially relevant given her recent challenges, reinforcing the idea that taking care of herself must always remain the top priority. Beyond that, Lisa encouraged Caitlin to develop interests outside of basketball. She explained that when someone's entire identity is tied only to their sport, stepping away from the game can become incredibly difficult. Having other passions and pursuits makes that transition smoother and more fulfilling. As their conversation neared its end, Lisa shared words that deeply touched Caitlin. She told her she was proud, not only of her success on the court but also of the strength and composure she has shown under intense pressure. She added that Caitlin is already shaping the future of women's basketball and building a legacy that goes far beyond records or titles. Lisa encouraged her to think carefully about the kind of impact she wants to leave behind. By the end of their discussion, Caitlin felt emotional yet uplifted, supported, and more confident. Having someone as respected as Lisa Leslie offer guidance meant a great deal to her. Afterward, Caitlin shared the experience with her teammates, expressing how much the conversation meant and how it came at exactly the right moment in her journey. Since then, she has started applying some of that advice, focusing more on protecting her mental health, setting healthier boundaries, and thinking more strategically about her future. The effects of that conversation are already noticeable. Caitlin appears more grounded, confident, and less influenced by outside noise. That meaningful exchange with Lisa Leslie gave her perspective and tools that will stay with her throughout her career. Moments like this highlight how powerful mentorship can be, especially when experienced figures invest in the next generation. It's a reminder that guidance, support, and shared wisdom can truly shape someone's path in lasting ways.